So I finally got a call back from RPM about YouTube's bullshit, and essentially what they told me was shit I already knew. But they worded it in a different way, and if you know legalese, like I do, because I'm a paralegal, which is why you shouldn't argue with me about this moderator issue, essentially, terms of service are not the law. Copyright infringement is the law. Well, no shit, I already knew that. But for RPM to basically come out and say that to the best of their ability because they don't want to be blunt about it, because that's how all this stuff works. It basically comes down to terms of service are just them doing whatever the fuck they want to. Has no basis on the law. The problem is, YouTube is breaking the law by doing that. And most of us are just too poor or too stupid to stop them. Because they have this thing where you do a copyright test to see if you have been learning the copyright laws in the event that you do make a big YouTube star out of yourself. And what pisses me off is how they have this little cartoon about copyright infringement that they take seriously, mind you. They always remind you, it's the law. Well, you know what else is the law? Not infringing upon copyrighted material on your end. It ain't just about us poor niggers. It's about you, YouTube. It's about you not fucking with the content we created, because you want original content. Well, if you want original content, then you need to stop fucking with said original content. Or maybe we will just upload copyrighted material, and you'll be liable for it. We're not going to be liable, because we don't have the rights to our material, apparently. Apparently, we're not real people. We're just your fucking field niggers here to do work for you and dance for your massa. So, the massa can be responsible for all the liabilities of copyrighted material. If there's any law enforcement that has a problem with that, they can check their little law book and figure out that's the way it works. Because this nigga right here ain't gonna be responsible for it. And I guarantee you, if I don't get my Jim Profit Communist channel back by like 2 days, I'm gonna start uploading copyrighted material just to prove a point. Because that's what I do. Just like if I ever meet somebody that works at YouTube, I'm going to hurt them really badly just to prove a point. I know the law. I know what I can and cannot do. Apparently YouTube doesn't. Apparently YouTube thinks they're above the law, because they hold all these responsibilities onto you. They threaten you. They abuse you. They take you for granted. And then they turn around and say that, that's the terms of service, you gotta deal with it. No. I advise all of you, I'm sincerely, me to you, buy a gun, and in the event you see somebody that works at YouTube staff, pull it out, crack their skull open with a bullet. That is my sincere advice to all of you out there. Because you can legally do that. This is self-defense. They want to treat you like less than an animal. Nobody else in the world can do that. If somebody were to do that to you, you would have shot them a long time ago, and the law would have been on your side. The law would have been like, why didn't you shoot that son of a bitch before? But somehow, magically, because YouTube has the Lols cats, and YouTube has Onision and Ray William Johnson, somehow they're not bound to the same rules and standards as the rest of us. It doesn't fucking work that way. So, I highly suggest for your personal health that you go out and buy a gun and shoot YouTube staff with it. But in the short term, feel free to upload whatever the fuck you want to, because YouTube doesn't give a shit. YouTube doesn't give a shit about their own rules, and their own rules mean this. That's what they mean, because there is no rules. There is only the law. And under the law, you are not doing anything wrong. They are. They're committing fraud, they're committing extortion, they're committing conspiracy, and they're certainly committing all sorts of different tax evasions. Where the fuck is my money, by the way, YouTube? You know, I do have an AdSense. Where the fuck is that? Oh, you know what that means? You've just committed fraud. You've just promised me money that you did not deliver. Oh, but somehow I'm responsible to upload content you want me to upload. I'm not your fucking nigger. You're as good as dead, YouTube staff. Deal with it.